Hi, my name is Grace. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Apologies if I sound congested. It is spring. I have really bad allergies. But I still wanted to try and do this video. So, let's just start. Why did I start this channel? So, there's a couple reasons. The first is that I really want to try to make more bookish friends. I have friends who like to read, but I don't have that many friends who like to read the same things as me. So it's kind of hard to although we'll still talk about books together, it's hard when I am obsessing over a book and I'm like, have you read this? And they're all like, no. And I'm like, cool, okay. I don't have anyone to talk about books with. The other reason, well, I guess so that's kind of why I'm hoping to put myself out there more in the bookish community. So hopefully maybe I can find some more bookish friends who have a little bit more in common, reading taste with me. The other reason is, I watch a lot of, people's booktube channels, and I just think it looks so much fun. I have a lot of ideas that I want to do that I think would be really fun to do. And so I finally just made the channel so I can do some of it. Question 2. What are some fun or unique things that you can bring to BookTube? Like I said, I just have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of rankings that I want to do, or comparing books to movies, and I also feel like one thing is I like some of the books I like to read, at least where I the content I consume, I don't see anyone talking about them. So I would love to put those types of books that I read out there, see if anyone actually is reading the same types of books as me, because I don't know, I feel depending on the people you watch, you can sort of end up seeing the same things over and over again. Well, that's not a bad thing by any means. Maybe I can read some new things. I say that, but I also read some basic things. If I see a good recommendation, I add it to my list and then I read them. So maybe I can be a mix of both. What am I most excited for this channel? I think just both hopefully making new friends, and then even if I don't really have anyone watching the videos or anyone who wants to talk to me about books, I'm just gonna be excited to make the videos and have fun with it. I'm really doing this only for my enjoyment, so as long as I'm having fun, I'll be excited about it. I'm going to combine why do you love reading and what book series got you into reading, because I have been reading for forever, as long as I can remember. My mom reads, my grandma read, my aunt reads, me, my mom, and my aunt all talk about books together, and the some, we overlap a little bit on a couple genres, so, we'll talk about books together and stuff. So I've literally always just read, and some books I definitely read when I was a child would be the Junie B. Jones. Love the Junie B. Jones series. Little House on the Prairie. I can't even tell you how many times I've read that. And one of my favorite books, I don't even I can think of the cover in my head. I can't in this exact moment remember the title. I would just reread that book over and over again because it was my favorite book in the series, and I just love that series. I read Magic Tree House, pretty much all the things. Oh, the Spiderwick Chronicles. I remember a time period where you could barely get those books from the library. I would go to the school library and it would be a fight to try and see who could check them out. So anyways, so I just always loved reading. I do go through large reading slumps sometimes because I do other hobbies. But as you can see, my unorganized books right now, I have a lot of books I like reading and stuff. What do I think will be my biggest challenges doing this channel? Probably being consistent. Like I said, I kind of can go through reading slumps, and I'm such a mood reader. If I am not in the mood to read, I can't force myself to read. Like I have a book club that basically I started, and I have the lowest reading rate of like finishing books because again, like I am so okay with DNFing books, and like if I'm not vibing, I won't read it because I'm like, no, why am I wasting my time? So I think actually consistently reading will be my biggest challenge. Also, like, I have a full-time job, and like that and housework and like other things I like to do. Reading's not always the top priority. So I think that would be hard when I'm not reading to figure out what to do with this channel. Okay, so like on the list where it says like of all the questions, and it's like some additional questions people put, is the question, where do I read? I read at home, like in my bed. I love to read before bed. I mean, I don't, because I don't sleep if I do that. I just sleep, it's like I breathe throughout the night. But like, where do I read? My house? I don't know. Is there like, do people like, I don't know where else, like, what do people say for that? I like listening to audiobooks, so I like can read while like taking walks and stuff. I don't like listening to audiobooks in the car, so I don't know, in my house, in my comfy chairs. What type of books do I like to read? Okay, so I would say primarily I'm a romance and a fantasy reader. I also love me some fantasy romance. And like specifically like romance, I don't love contemporary, but I'll read fantasy romance, dark romances, urban fantasy romances, stuff like that. And obviously fantasy. And then I also like historical fiction. But the thing with my historical fiction is I'm a little picky about it. Like if it's like 1800s London, oh, love that. I am here for it. Okay. I love like I said, Little House on the Prairie was my childhood. I love that time period, like the move out west in the United States. Like, I love it. But like, give me like the industrial era where there are cars, or things like that. No, count me out. Not my thing. When there's like electricity, no. My grandma always used to like reading World War I and II, like not romances, just novels in general, and like we just didn't agree on that. I was like, no, that's a little too modern for my taste. I don't know. So I do love historical fiction. I like sci-fi, but not as often, and I think I'm kind of picky with my sci-fi. I'm trying to think, like, I don't even know. Oh, I love me some cozy mysteries, okay? Like, just something about, like, really easily guessing who the killer is. I love that. I am blanking. I can't think of anything else that I read, to be honest. But I read a little bit of everything. I like a little mixed bag. So I'm always willing to at least try something, but I am pretty good about knowing what I like. And if I'm not there are some times that I'll read a book and like I'll get 10 pages in and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hate this if I continue reading. But I still at least want to try them. So, and the last question I've personally kind of added, which I feel like it kind of goes with some of the other questions, is kind of like what I want to do with this channel. And in my head, I really would love to like try to do reading vlogs or like even themed reading vlogs. I'm actually trying to do a themed reading vlog right now, but messed up all the footage. And I would love to do monthly wrap-ups. I think that would be fun. More so for my own benefit. Like, I think it would be cool. Like, yes, I use Goodreads, but like, be able to track what I'm reading throughout the month and be like, yeah, this is like what I read. That would be fun. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever really do that many TBR videos. Maybe I'll do one or two for like readathons. But as soon as I set myself a TBR, I won't read any of those books because I'm a mood reader. And as soon as I like sit there and be like, yeah, these are all the books that I want to read in a month. The next day I'll be like, yeah, none of those sound fun. Like, I don't want to read any of those genres. I don't want to read any of those books. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll do a lot of that. And like that, I have some ideas. Maybe do some like book to movie adaptation rankings, or like I keep seeing this one specific video. I can't think of who it's by on my feed. It always pops up where it's like ranking every romance book I've read, and I think that would be fun to do. Rank all of my Goodreads books that I've rated, because I've only had a Goodreads since like the end of 2020. Yeah, so I guess what, that's 3-ish years, 3.5 years. So there is like a good substantial book amount on there, but there's not that many, and I think I could totally rank them. So yeah, I don't know. I just have a whole bunch of ideas. And hopefully I try and do them. Like I said, I'm really doing this to, like, for my own enjoyment. And hopefully I'll get to meet some new friends and talk about books with other people in the community. But I'll keep making videos that I think are fun. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. If you liked it, you can subscribe if you want to, or at least like the video if you liked it. And hopefully I'll see you guys again.